I'm William, and this is Adam, and we are...
The Academy is.
And this is what it would be like if we ruled the world.
My running mate. I don't know, I think I might be the first prez to be the president and the vice president. No one else can handle too many egos, too many cooks in the kitchen, get out of here, buddy.
I mean, he would turn into Voldemort right away. I mean, it's too much power for one man, Adam.
Perhaps, yeah.
You don't know
I
until
haven't
you
thought
tasted
much
it.
about the running mate,
You don't know until you've tasted that power. And then, I kind of liken it to, like, One Ring to rule them all, or, like, the Elder Wand and, like, all the Deathly Hallows. It's, like, too much power for one man or woman to wield. So I feel like that should be shared power. That should be shared power. And if there was one person I think has like a level head, and I mean, like, you're pretty well read. You know history. You know where leaders have fallen. It was kind of like more of a serious answer.
Yeah.
So I feel like sharing the power with Adam would make a more balanced.
I think I'd be a
world.
good president.
I think so.
Republicans.
Just generally. I like that.
Guys like Ben Carson. I'd build a wall, and I'd put Trump and Carson and all the other boneheads in the wall, and feed them like a daily goat they could all share, and that'd be just about it.
For me, I think it would be more of the traditional comic book storyline that would set me off, like, my nemesis kills my family, or like, something like that happens, and then it would just be like vengeance all over. If I had the power to outlaw, I would outlaw automatic weapons. I don't see any point in automatic weapons.
I get that. I would outlaw...
The NRA is going to be all over my ass now for this.
I'd outlaw those, like, not so much the ones you stand up on. What are those called? That Joe... Segway. I don't really mind those as much, but these new ones...
Where there's no...
It's just like... I just...
I don't like those either.
Don't. Walking is good.
Just imagine
Walking's awesome.
But just imagine someone on one of those with an assault rifle. It's like the worst two things.
We'll get rid of both of those things. And, yeah.
And the world will be a better place.
Get rid of, like, Quiznos while we're at it, and we're going to be good. No Quiznos.
Would Quiznos turn you into an evil
No
man?
Long John Silvers or Quiznos or Hardee's or, yeah.
But keep Arby's.
No, what's the other one? Bahama Breeze. Explosive diarrhea. So watch out for that. Yeah. Marijuana should be legalized across the board, I think. I think we're getting there. I think a lot of the things that should be legalized are slowly but surely becoming legalized.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I'm not a huge... The things that I'm a big advocate for seem to be happening, so it's good.
True.
Yeah, I don't feel like there's too much...
It's slower in certain states. I mean, we're talking our country right now. I mean, we can talk about the world itself, but, as far as our country, there are states that are slower on the draw. I mean, I keep on making these gun references. Why? I'm sorry. That are slower to, even legalizing same-sex marriage. I feel like we're getting there, which is great.
I'd have to look into the seatbelt policy, that people get tickets for not wearing a seatbelt. I've always found interesting to be punished for something that doesn't really affect anyone other than you. That being said, if you get in a car accident with someone, they're not wearing their seatbelt, they fly through the windshield and die, then it's kind of on your conscience that they died in the car accident with you. So, maybe we'd keep the seatbelt policy, but just something I would look into as a leader.
Yeah, one of many things that we would just, we would dip our toes into that and just like
I would
have the conversation. This is the politician thing. They do this.
Gremlins. Yeah, war against gremlins.
What about Mogwai?
No Mogwai. Mogwai are good.
But
if you feed them after midnight,
you're screwed. Yeah,
gremlins.
Are they ever gonna make a reboot of Gremlins?
I sure hope not. No, I'd be very upset.
That'd be
if they did
bummed.
that.
Yeah, that'd be a
There's
bummer.
nothing wrong with the original. If anything, maybe I'd go to war with all the people that are just doing reboots and things like that. That being said, Mad Max Fury Road, not quite a reboot though, because George Miller directed it, so it's kind of his to play with. Where some of these, some of these things are just getting remade. Do you guys remember the movie Overboard with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell? They're like remaking that with Jennifer Lopez. I mean, come on. I don't want war though. I think that's me as a leader. No war, like Jimmy Carter. No shots fired.
Like a pillow fight war.
Yeah, just a verbal name-calling war. I would hear people out with good ideas, and when I hear a good idea, I would point things in the direction of moving that way instead of...
Just being a contrarian the whole time.
Yeah, so... Other than that, I would probably install some sort of IV system into my blood for coffee that would come in every morning, because I think that I'm no good until the coffee's hit, which, as you've seen this morning. So.
I would legally make caffeine a controlled substance. Ugh, just kidding. The only thing other thing I would talk about is because I have a daughter who's in school now, so I think that the schools, and schools are obviously separated statewide as well as far as like how they're going to be, where funds are going and whatnot. But if there was some sort of, veiled or like under one umbrella where we could control funding, I'd put a lot more money into the arts. A greater focus on the arts with young people is a very positive thing.
I've always thought that lunch at schools should be a class too, rather than people sitting around.
Because you can eat and learn.
You should take out what's in your lunch pack and discuss what it is, where it grows, where it comes from, and what that gelatinous muck in the middle of the Oreo really is, and think about whether that's really you want to eat or not.
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
You should get with Michelle on that one.
I've always thought that was a good policy. And then have like a full-on recess after that class instead of having lunch be, a free-for-all of bullying and can't sit here and that kind of stuff. You could actually just go to class, eat, and learn a little bit about what you're